kind of a regret situation where I was like, I wish I had more money. He would have got a better treatment. I had more money. He would have been here with me in the United States. I wish I had more money. I would have been going home often to pay him a visit, you know. And so I was like, okay, at this point he's gone. What can I do so that I don't find myself in that point of regret anymore? I have other people that I see alive for me. I have my kids, I have my family, I have my parents and my siblings. What can I do to make sure that I am comfortable? I am able to like go back home anytime I want because I have that flexibility, right? And that is what pushed me to join this business. So when I came across an ad on Instagram, I was so eager to learn more about this business, and I went ahead, started by watching a free webinar, paid my 149, took out my time to do my own research. I actually told my husband about it. I was like, watch the pre-coaching videos. Let me know what you think. You know, he was like, this looks like a legit business because again, it's online. He was skeptical, and that's why I encourage everybody always do your research because you don't just go by what people say, right? You want to do your own research. That way, at the end of the day, if you're deciding to go through this, you know you make that decision and you're willing to show up no matter the obstacles. So that basically, in a nutshell, that was what made me to start this business. I know it was not like a good situation, but again, life happens, and I feel like we tend to wait when we find ourselves in that sad situation. That's when we want to start taking action. If we have the possibility to take action now, do it now. Don't find yourself in a position of regret before you be like, okay, I wish I had done that, or I wish I had started. Start now.
Thank you so much, Miss Beltine. I'm so excited to have you guys. I'm happy that Miss Crystal has joined us. You are welcome. I'm so happy to have you.
I
So
miss you all.
I know it's been a while.
I
Has
miss you. I miss you all so much.
She's chopping life. Please come
It's
back.
I have to, sis. I have to.
together again?
Yeah,
Thank
yes, oh, yes, yes, yes. I
you.
miss you all. Thank you,
You know,
hosting this.
my fellow nurses, we have a group that in this business. There are several groups in this business, and we have a group of nurses, that we call ourselves nurse entrepreneurs, nurse entrepreneurs. I can say that word. So, anyway, before you joined us, I was asking the very first question. So, you're going to be next on this first question. And the question, what were your pains before you started this business? What was going on in your life? What kind of difficulties were you having that makes you decide to join business? Back to you.
Oh, sis, I love that question. I had a lot of pain. I know someone might sit and say, we're nurses, we make good money, but the reality is that if you're not inside the healthcare field, I don't care if you're a nurse practitioner, I don't care if you're a registered nurse or an LPN, if you don't put those hours in, the money is never enough. Let's just be real. And even when you put the hours in, it's still never enough because you're always trying to catch up, catch up, catch up. And even if you can save something, even if you save money, one emergency back home, or let's say even in the diaspora where all of us are based in, the money that you've been saving, whether you're doing jange, whether you do susu, whatever it is, these meeting groups, one thing would take all what you've been laboring and saving for maybe 6 months to a year. It would take it all, and you're back to square one again. Sis, how can I put it? I was in despair. I had a lot of anxiety. I felt burnt out. I felt drained. And I felt like a terrible mother. I felt like a terrible wife. I felt like a terrible daughter because the people who needed me the most to show up for them, I couldn't show up. I couldn't show up for my husband. I couldn't show up for my 4 kids. I couldn't show up for my aging mom who has sacrificed so much for me and the family. I couldn't. I wasn't just showing up for my patients that I know some of them might be watching because they follow me on social media and I love some of them and some of them are just what they are, colorful. But I was giving more to them than to the people who mean the most to me, which was my family. My family needed me, I needed them, but I couldn't be present for them. I couldn't be there to, teach my kids those values, those things that they needed, those pep talks, those how was your day? How was, who are your teachers? What did you do in school? What did you learn? Let's do homework together. Let's sit and eat a meal together. I couldn't do any of that because I was chasing shifts, um, working well, 3 to 4 jobs, juggling PRN on the side. It was just too much, and it made me feel horrible. And then on top of that, as you're making the money, you see the big picture. You come back home, you're like a zombie. You're burnt out, you're drained. You cannot even, be a good active wife. Your husband's like a roommate. As you're coming in, he's leaving. So it was just too much. And I said, God, when will this end? And I kept asking my husband for like 2 years straight, like, will I be able to cope? I didn't want that a situation that my back will blow out or my hips, my knees, because I was feeling that pain. I'm not even in my 50s yet. I'm not old yet. I'm not a fresh young chicken either. I've been in a business, not business. I've been doing nursing for almost 20 years, but the sacrifice was too much on the back end. And I'm like, what am I doing it for? I thought it was for family to make them comfortable, but at the end of the day, it wasn't worth it, and it's not worth it. And I begged God to show me a sign, um, something that something. And believe it or not, I had been seeing so many adverts. I've been seeing my coach, her adverts, but I was skeptical. I was scared. I was leery, but I told myself that my why, which is to stop doing what I'm doing, stop working so hard, superseded my fear, and I had to go for it. And this is me here now, 18 months later. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm earning, and most importantly, I'm impacting other African moms in the diaspora to learn about this amazing opportunity. So I feel so blessed to be a digital business owner, and most importantly, a mentor to impact other people. Is another way of giving back, just like how we give back as nurses, but I can give back and impact people globally in the comfort of any location. So even now like this in Douala here in Cameroon, I'm still impacting people. I'm still connecting with my clients. Life is good. And this was all courtesy of my business. And if I can do it with no experience, so can other people do it too, my dear.
Oh, wow. So right now you are in Cameroon as we speak. Oh, wow.
Yes,
So
yes, yes,
hope you
yes, yes.
get that. She's in,
Yes.
and yet her business is still work. She's still working her business. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Miss Crystal, for sharing your background before you got into this business.
Well,
So
thank you.
we're gonna go ahead and go to our next question, and I'll be going back to Miss Beltime. You are welcome back.
Thank you. For some reason, it was just kicking me out. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing with this program. I'm still learning. We are all
That's okay. You're
learning.
doing a good job.
I'm still working on it. And I'm gonna get it. Thank
You're doing
you.
a good job.
You. So my second question is this. Since you've been doing this business, and I know that most of my audience they will definitely be wondering about this question. Since you have started doing this business, what kind of difficulty have you encountered? There's been a challenge for you during this business. Let's start with Miss
um,
Belt.
um, difficulties. The reason I'm thinking this long is because I'll not say it's a difficulty because the community is wonderful. Like you get one person that is there to help you, regardless of the time, your location. There's always somebody. The person can be your team, out of your team. The person you might not even know the person, but just reach out in a community, and the person will be willing to help. But one thing that I would say, um, it's not a difficulty. It's just annoying. Sometimes is why you have to post like your content and you come online, try to educate people, and there are people that will come on their comment section, try to like make you feel bad about yourself or feel bad about what you're doing. Gosh, that pisses me off a lot. But again, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. So when I see those type of comments, I just go ahead and tend to educate them to the best level I can, because some of them are coming to a point of ignorance. Some of them are just pouring their frustration. Maybe they got scammed, maybe they are just hurt, they're just looking for someone to just transfer their aggression to. So you have people that will come in and they will call you. They'll be like, I had somebody send me a message. The person was like, oh, so they've scammed you before and you're looking for another person to scam so you can make money. And then he laughed. And then I sent him, I just shook my head. I wanted to just let it go. But again, I just went, I took my time. Actually, I took a break because if I would reply him at that moment, I would have been rude, to be honest. So I was like, this is not the best thing to do. I need to put myself back, see how I can educate this person, because again he might be coming out from a state of frustration and just anger. So I took my time to make him understand that I understand where you're coming from. It's okay to see every opportunity as a scam, right? But what level of research have you done about my business to be able to give me that label? What research have you done, or what has given me that information without you even wanting to listen to my own side of the story to conclude the fact that I am a scammer? I am a registered nurse. There's no reason for me to come online and scam you again, because if I want to make my money, I just have to pick my shift. 2 days, I'll make back my money. All of us have been scammed. In fact, if not all of us, most of us. I have been scammed before, so I know what it means. But again, I'll not let an opportunity pass me by because of a bad experience I had in the past. So that's what I told that person. I was like, I understand you, but to know more about the information, go ahead, check out the webinar, ask questions, and I'll be here to help you whenever you're comfortable. He never replied me, he just went, he read it actually. He showed that he blew it, he read it, and then he went silent. I had so many people like that. There was one ad that was running, and another lady came because it was like a combo ad. I had this French lady that I included in my ad, and she was sharing her experience. One woman came and she was just so mean. She was like, if you're making all that money, why don't you have time to go fix your teeth? Oh my God, that pissed me off so bad.
Oh, wow.
What is our own priority? You cannot say that about another fellow woman. That's very wrong. And mind you, this was an elderly woman to say that. And she was like, I was like, everybody have their own priority. She's looking at herself every day in the mirror. She's seeing that. But there are other things that take priority. You will not come and tell her how to spend her money. She's gonna use it how she wants to, because she made that money for herself. You didn't make it for her. So for you to come down and try to just bring her down instead of listening to the message she's passing across, that's really wrong. I told her that she read it and she went silent. And again, this we have opportunities, and some of our business partners that go through these experiences every day. And one thing I want to tell you, if you're a business partner listening to me or any other person doing any other business out there, there are people that will always come under your comment section, even people around you trying to bring you down. Stay strong and use that opportunity to educate them. Yes, it's going to hurt you. Yes, it's going to make you feel bad. But again, you need to understand your purpose. Why are you there at that point, right? You're there to educate them, you're there to create awareness. So do that. Don't give up. Understand that all of us have different experiences. Some people, some people are really not happy. They're really depressed. They're going through a lot, and sometimes they're looking for another person to join them in that depression and in that anger. So be a better person and try to educate them. So those are like the challenges I would say with this business. But other than that, to be honest, we have a system that works. If I have a question, we have videos available 24/7 for me to go and watch there. You educate me on anything I want to do, be it to set up my website or how to grow my social media platform, or how to go about attraction marketing. The videos are there. So we have everything in place. We have a community where you can grow as an individual at the same time make money. So yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Belton. You all have heard what she said, right? You cannot look at others for your own growth. You got to focus to where you are going. You cannot listen to anybody, because whenever you get there to where your focus or your target is, they're gonna be the one to come to you and say, how did you do it? So you cannot just even pay attention to what people are saying. Just face where you're going. Thank you so much, Miss Beltime, for sharing your experience and for giving our audience suggestions. And like she said, we have many, many, many sources in our team. There is no excuse for anyone in this team not to make it unless they're just not doing their part. They're just not doing anything. If you do what you're supposed to do, you will get the results you're supposed to get. So we're now gonna go now to our last question for the day. And this question here, I know a lot of you will be excited to hear this question. And I'm gonna go back to Miss Crystal. You're gonna be answering this question. Okay, so this is the question. Since you have started this business, what were your results? I mean, did you grow? Did you make money? What were your results? Other than besides the financial aspect of it, what else did you gain from this? What other growth would you say during this process have you achieved?
Ah, I love that question. Why? I love that question because it aligns with my values, and it also aligns with my nursing. Um, why do I say aligns with nursing? Because nurses it's a selfless, very selfless career and path, and there's no money. There's no money to what you can make. And that can prepare you for what you're dealing with. Okay, and it's case by case scenario. And this business is the same thing. You are serving, you're serving people. Oh, excuse me. You are serving people. All right, you're impacting them. You're giving them value. So for me, along with the commission, excuse me, ladies. Okay. Along with making the commission, the most biggest thing is to serve people, to impact people, to be part of their success. It aligns so much with what I do as a nurse that works on call in the community. And even before going on call, when I was doing those 4 jobs and still had PRN job, my main mission was to serve and impact people. So it feels so good that my business is giving me that feeling to serve people, not just limited to my location, but globally. It feels amazing to be their mentor, to show them what my coach has empowered me with through this business. It's a phenomenal feeling. I know so many of us Africans in the diaspora, let me say immigrants, many of us sleep and don't get up because we're struggling with depression, stress. We're just so overwhelmed with what life has to present, and we have to meet up taking care of our family here in Africa and taking care of our family there in the diaspora, just meeting up with day-to-day, life demands. So for me to be able to tell them that, look, there's a way that you can work smarter, not harder. For the ones who choose to listen and be audacious and bold to start this business, is the most rewarding feeling ever that I can dream of. And I'm coming out my comfort zone. I am learning. I am meeting amazing people in my journey as a digital business owner, such as you both on this panel. You're rubbing elbows with people who are making 6-7 figures, who are millionaires today. 3 years, 4 years of starting this business, they're millionaires. So if I rub elbows with, all kind of people from different walks of life, different nationalities, and I'm learning from all of you, and that's also pouring into my business that I can pour into other people, that is a huge reward that I can ever ask for. And I know that I'm going places. I now know that my future is bright. I know that it's just around the corner. I'll be boss free, let me say. I'll fire my boss definitely is around the corner. I know that in the next 2-3 years, I will be in retirement. Whether even if it takes 4 or 5 years, so what? I'm okay with that. I'm not waiting till I'm 65, 70 again. I'm not waiting because I know that the future is bright, is promising, and we will continue to serve the masses who want to elevate and level up in life, sis. That is the best way I can summarize this my journey so far, and what I have accomplished in addition to the income and not working those 4 jobs that was giving me gray hair.
Thank you so much, Miss Crystal. You're so right, man.
I
Well,
swear.
oh Lord, we nurses, we do all kinds of jobs. We could
Woo!
four,
Woo!
three,
Mm-hmm.
two.
Yeah.
I really
Woo!
that does only one job. I'm still yet to meet those kind of nurses that
Yes,
only one job.
one
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
One.
So thank you, Miss Crystal, for sharing all all these experiences that you have had. We are so happy. I'm sure that everybody listening, they are happy to hear you, and I'm hoping that they are thinking about it and looking to join us. I will still come back to you, Miss Crystal, because I didn't ask you the second question. I just
I'm
realized.
ready.
So, but before I go, come back to you. I'll go ahead and ask Miss Beltine the same question. Back to you, Miss Beltine. What are the difficulties or any challenges that you have experienced during this business? For however how long you've been in this business, can you please give us some of the challenges and most likely how you overcame those challenges? Oh, I thought I already answered that. I'm
That's
sorry.
for that would be for
I'm
Miss
sorry.
Chris.
I wanted to say,
It's
what are
okay.
your I am so sorry. What are your results since you started business? The growth,
Yeah.
how you how you started climbing up there, how far you've
Mm-hmm.
come, and what kind of income, if any, that you have made till this point. Can you please share it with our audience?
So what I would say, like for the most part, um when I get people reaching out to me wanting to know about this business, the question I have the most is like, if I put this amount of money, they always go like, if I put 149, how much am I gonna make? And one thing I tell them is that this is not an investment platform to begin with. This is a business, okay? Cannot be telling me that if I put this money, how much will I make tomorrow? We don't do that here. We're trying to be as transparent as possible to tell you that in business, the result is not guaranteed. Meaning, I cannot tell you make this amount of money tomorrow or within 2 minutes. It's not realistic. Though some people will have that grace to be able to make that amount of money, it does not work for everybody, right? So with my own throughout, I've been in business for 13 months now. I would say it's not been easy because again, many of us out there will just want the easy route. One thing I'll tell you, nothing is easy. You have to work your way up the ladder. Okay, you don't just there's no shortcut to success. That days that things will look good, that days that you wake up be like, "Ah, why did I start this?" That days you'll be like, I just want to quit. But if you know your biggest why, what made you to start that business, you're going to push through. And that's why I'm here every single day. Because other than the financial part of the business, I've had my own business partners. Like I said, I'm a mentor. I have a mentee, and I'm building my own team, right? When I'm saying building my own team, very soon many people come and say, "Oh, this is the bring mama, bring 10 people kind of thing." No, again, it's a no. A team, when I'm saying a team, as in just a group of 2 or 3 people. Look at us here, this is our team. We just met. We don't know each other personally. The business brought us together. This is a team of 3 people right now talking to you, right? So that's what we do in this business. It brings us together. We share our ideas. We grow together. We set out time to come on live to educate people. So personally, I am not where I want to be at this point in the business, but again, every single day is a step towards success. Because again, I want to be a millionaire. At the same
Amen.
time, so every day I'm praying, I'm asking God to help me. Oh. Help me so that I should be able to behave myself when I get there, you know? Because again, when people start seeing us showing those 6 figures, 7 figures, you'll be like, okay, we're lying. But one thing you don't know is the process, how we were working in the background to make sure this comes to fruition, right? We're there, we show up every day, we post, we educate, we don't run behind people. We're not running behind anybody, come sign up. We don't do that here. That's why we're focused on attraction marketing, meaning we present the information out there. And if you're interested, you want to learn more, you come in, consume the information at your own time, at your own level with your family members, and make an informed decision. So I've grown as an individual. I've learned, so I've perfected some of my skills because prior to me joining this business, I had some knowledge when it came to like social media and editing, but I have just perfected that skills because we have trainings that are helping us day by day to be able to put out content, quality content. I've been able to come out of my comfort zone. I've had other businesses in the past. To be honest, most of those businesses, my face, I was just sitting in the background. Nobody was seeing my face. I understand that you're shy. I understand that you don't want people to know you're doing a certain amount of business. Yes, you can succeed if you don't want to show your face, but people want to trust you, they want to know you. So you need to be there to show that face so you should see who am I connecting with, right? And this is what this business taught me, to come out of my comfort zone. I was at the point in this business, I was just like, how did I even get here? Because years back, you tell me to come and sit there and talk, I'll be like, I don't think I'll be able to, I'll just be sweating and be anxious. But right now, call me at any time. I will talk from today to tomorrow. That's the growth, right? That's the growth that comes to this business. Many people tend to focus on the money part of it, but you growing as an individual, you building those skills will bring you more money, to be honest. Because with this business, if I want to decide to start my other business in marketing or maybe being a social media influencer, I would do that and I would do that good because this business trained me to be an influencer. It trained me to be able to use that knowledge to be able to apply it in other platforms and other businesses if I want to start in the future. So as an individual, yes, I've grown in the business. I've made some money. Again, I know people will be like, how much and how much? Most of the time, I don't really want to most of the time I don't want to really bring up an exact figure here because some people just tend to go by like what you're making, and then when they come in, they don't make that amount of money, they start getting discouraged, right? They'll be like, oh, you said you were making this type of money, now I'm joining and I'm not making this type of money. So most of the time when it comes to that, I just tend to just put it in a general, just just make it general. I don't want to make it specific. You starting your own business is your own decision to start. Don't start because I made $5,000 a month. Don't start because I make 1 million a month. Don't start because I make 1,000 a month. Start because you want to do that and you want to change your financial situation. So that will be my own thought process with that topic, and I hope I was able to answer that without going out of track. Thank you, Mrs. Kemi.
Thank you so much, Ms. Beltine. I really do appreciate all your contributions to this forum. I'm sure that a lot of people are listening, and I hope that as you are listening, you learn from all this information that we have that Ms. Beltine, Ms. Crystal has been giving us. I just can't say enough about this business. You get what you put into this business. This is not a business for lazy people. It's not for
Mm-mm.
lazy people. It's for
And
people
that's what I tell
who are
everybody. I tell everybody that this business is for anybody, but it's not for everybody.
that's
It's
right.
for anybody, but not for everybody. So
That's right.
just go back home. If you're sitting in your office now, try to think about it and ask yourself, am I part of the everybody? If you are, then this business is for you.
Thank you so much, Miss Beltine. Now I would like to go back to I would hate to miss that opportunity to hear from Miss Crystal. What are your challenges in this business since you started? What were your challenges, if any, that you experienced since you started this business that make it a little bit challenging for you to get started? Can you please share this with the audience?
I would love to, sis. I keep in mind, I want to share with everyone full transparency that anything new that you start, definitely the hardest part is to start. Um, I didn't have any experience coming into this. All I knew was my nursing career of almost 20 years, which is 2 decades. Um, being there for my family, that's all I knew. That was it. So coming in here, getting myself comfortable to speak on social media, showing my face, being vulnerable. I would say how I was thinking. In short, I was in my own way. I was my own worst critic. That's how what I said. And I had to pray to God, to guide me to stop being my own worst critic and to know that I am powerful, I am impactful. My voice and my presence will be used as a vessel to impact other immigrants who, as you were struggling, like how I used to struggle. Some might say, again, nurses make money, but on the back end, you don't know what we're going through. And so I wanted to use that pain that I had from working those long shifts and sacrificing not being with my family and say, you know what? All die, not die, and I'm here and I will learn all the necessary skills that I needed to make me be successful and most importantly to be able to impact other people. So that was my challenge. Stop being negative towards myself and being in my own way, um, and learning to adapt to using social media. Um, yeah, learning to be more tech savvy a little bit. I'm not 100% there, but I'm not where I was 18 months ago. I'm definitely a different person. I'm a new revamped person, and it has pushed me out my comfort zone. And of course, coming out your comfort zone, starting anything new, it was difficult. Definitely, there will be times that I'll have to tell my kids, "Hey, I need 2 hours solid after work. Let me dig into my business. You people have to give me some time." That was a challenge sometimes to create that boundary. But at some point, there was some resistance, but everyone had to align themselves with it because when I'm successful and my business is thriving, everybody in the house too will also they'll be benefiting from it. So you people have to align. So getting that balance with the 4 jobs, juggling a new business, it was challenging. Learning all the skills needed. And again, I'm still learning. And every day we're learning and we're growing in this business because we have so much training that they update on a regular basis. But now I am unstoppable. I'm fearless, and it's all because of the things I've learned, all the skills and tools that I've been equipped with because of this business. So, guys, we don't have 2 or 3 heads here. If we can do it with no experience, no tech skills, we can do it juggling family, juggling work and life. We can do it. So can you. Definitely. And of course, we have a huge global
Oh,
community of people to give us that support where we're having these rough patches or challenges like anybody else would in a business. We have that support that has given me the tools I need. Thank you, sis.
thank you so much, Miss Crystal. Ah, I just can't get over the idea that you are back there
Oh,
in
yes.
Cameroon.
Oh,
And
I'm
you people
enjoying.
are having a blast at the same time. You're taking time out to do your business. Isn't that
I love
awesome?
it.
I'm
I
sure
That's
love
that
it.
that's really beautiful.
helps them.
That's why
Yes.
we say this business is global. You can do it anywhere. You can carry it with you
Anywhere.
anywhere.
Yeah,
Anywhere. It's
yeah,
flexible and you do it at your
yeah,
own time, your own pace. There is no race. You do what you have to do when it's convenient for you. Definitely.
that's right. And I
Yeah.
also saw Miss Beltine this morning from church. So that rings
Yeah.
out like, yes, yes, Mama, go for it. She was coming
Yes,
out of
yes.
church and she just sat in her car. and did that business. So you all
Yeah.
can see that anywhere you are, it does not matter what you're doing.
Right.
Well, you can do your business. This is a business you can take anywhere you go. You can take it to work. You can, like right now, I'm actually at work. You can see I'm in my scrubs and I'm on break and I'm doing my business. Okay. So think about that. Think about it for a minute. In, say, 2 years, if you didn't do this, for example, in 2 years, you still be the same in the same place. So taking chances and saying, oh, I'm scared, please don't let it be an option, because anything that is worth doing, I mean, anything that is going to be successful for you is going to encompass a level of anticipation and anxiety and, oh, I'm afraid, suppose this happen. Well, yes, we have been scammed. People get scammed. But how would you get a good business eventually if you don't keep trying? So you just got to keep trying. So, if you are interested in this business, please, we will put you can see our links on the screen, and we'll also put it down. I will put it down there in the comment section also. You can click on one of those links, go to the website, sign up with your email, watch the webinar, and pay your $149. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, $149. I know many of us, especially ladies, you could go into a store and buy a simple pair of shoes for $300. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay. Or a purse for 200, 300, 400, $500. What is
And
that
then
purse
mine
doing?
you do mine you do buy it and do not even put it on. Do just let it sit in that closet.
Yeah, you can even use your credit card to pay for it. And then at the end of the day, it's not adding value or money to you. At the end of the day, you end up paying that with interest. So
Yeah.
please, I don't want to hear anything about, oh, $149. No, no, that should not be an excuse. So I want to say thank you very much, Miss Beltime, Miss
Thank
Crystal,
you.
for coming here with me and helping, I mean, providing information for my audience. I do appreciate it. I know you guys are
Thank
busy.
you.
Mrs. Belter, I know you have children, it's not easy. And I know Miss
And
Chris, same thing, your family, everybody is busy. But I appreciate your time out. Okay. Thank you
thank you
so
so
much.
much.
So I hope we meet again. I hope to be able to
Yeah.
bring you guys to my page one more time. Thank you so much.
I'm
I appreciate.
available.
All
Just
right,
let me know.
guys. Thank you.
Bye.